I'm what we call a biohacker. I think it's good to eat to move.
Eat to move.
Yeah, eat and to feel energized all the day, and not to have a craving, to have crashing.
Lose energy and
exactly, and you want to nap, and you take a coffee, and then you feel hunger after 2 hours of the meal, so you eat chocolate, and that's a totally disaster. You have to have the constant energy to move, to learn, to think. In the society, we have a lot of wrong message. Yeah, you don't have to go in the cold. You have to eat every 2 hours, or otherwise you will die. You have to eat cereals in the morning. You make your insulin rising for all the day, so then it's just virtually impossible to burn your fat. The goal is not to lose weight. The goal is to improve your metabolism. And when you have a good metabolism, you will lose the weight automatically. And even the name is inflammaging. Inflammation makes you age. And what makes chronic inflammation? Bad food, no exercise, no sleep. You don't really treat the patient, so they stay sick for all their life. It's a good business model.
It's insane how the food industry and the pharma industry, they just don't have your best interest in mind. They don't make money if you heal, and they don't make money if you
and you see, for example, the American Heart Association, the biggest sponsorship for them is McDonald's, Nestle.
These are huge misconceptions.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, if they were to realize that this is wrong, could improve their life so much. Pat introduced me to you, and he said, you should 100% interview Dr. Guénolé. And I said, why? He said, because he's so interesting. He has so many stories to share. He's been through so much stuff, and he knows so much about anti-aging, about longevity, and about how to live a better life as a better human. So I would love to hear it from your side. Before we start this episode and before I do the introduction, explain a bit more about what you do.
Yeah, okay. So first of all, thank you for the invitation.
It's a pleasure.
Grateful. So yeah, I'm a medical doctor till 2006. So now many years. I've done a formation, background in anesthesiology, and then intensive care. And during all these years in the hospital, I look at all these people who were sicker and sicker during all the life. Maybe the life expectancy was a little bit better, but the quality of life was really worse. And I always been interested in the performance, human high potential. As I am maybe child, because I was always in the sports and in music, and to be able to perform at school, and I always try to be at my best level. I mean, at the beginning when I was teenager, was more like in the sports performance. As you move, you discover that you have to improve your spirituality, your mental health, your sleep, and in fact. I always been interested in this world. It was not known like this before, but longevity, anti-aging stuff. Even if I was quite young, I was always the guys who was going out with friends, but at midnight or at 1 a.m. I tell everybody ciao. Tomorrow I go skiing, or I have a tennis match, or I don't know. I was going partying with my friends, but I always had this consciousness of what I eat, what I drink, and what I shouldn't drink. Or I was always the best to know how to detox your body after a big party, not to eat too much, to go in the sun, maybe to make a sauna and so on. So long story short, just to say that I wanted to know more about health, and not only about sickness, because what we learn at university, so during the studying medicine, it's more like you learn how a body dysfunction and how to just give a pills or give a surgery treatment for symptoms, and you don't really resolve the problem at the root cause. When I was in the intensive care station, I decided to expand my knowledge in this world. So I made a formation in the America Academy of Anti-Aging Medicine. So I have a certificate there. I've done some formation about peptides, so that's small molecules you can use for anti-aging, fat loss, performance, and so on. That's not well known in fact, it's not really allowed in Switzerland, neither in Europe, and but now it's coming more and more. And there is some kind of thing in the anti-aging and the longevity and biohacking world that you make like a little bit off-label, because you realize that some molecules, they are tested in animals, or there are some research, so small research, and then it's your own choice to say, okay, I want to take the risk to take these pills before that. Maybe in 30 years it's coming that it's a great treatment for reducing your blood sugar or so on. So I'm like in this kind of consideration. I'm what we call a biohacker. So I like to know how my body is functioning. Really, basically biohacking. It's a lot of people are a little bit fearness about this word, because it's like hacking something, but basically it's really simple. Is how your body is functioning. What is your biology, and how you could give your body some good tools to functioning at the best. And it could start just with sleep, exercise, nutrition, really basic things. But it's huge, because when you say to someone eat well, what is the meaning? What does it mean to eat well? And that was a little bit my frustration when I was in the hospital, is that you don't really have time to speak with your patient, because that's the system is like this. It's like you don't have time. So what you do is like, okay, someone tell you I have a pain somewhere, you give him a painkiller. But the painkiller has side effects. Is not treating the root cause of the problem, and then you begin to develop other problem. And a lot of time, what we learn at medical school, I have to say it's wrong, and it's even not the good choice to do it. What's impressed me now more and more is like we make a lot of scientific study just to prove that's what our ancestor was doing centuries ago was totally right for the health, And I think the problem is now is like we have a genetic, we have the genes that were perfect for millions of years ago, and we are not anymore adapted to the world we are living now, because we are always inside. We don't have access to good food because there is a pesticide inside and so on. Water is polluted. The light inside is toxic, in fact, for your metabolism, for your eyes, for your cells. And that's why I decided to make all these kinds of words my passion. And I think it's the right time, because in the world there are a lot of exciting research about this, and a lot of people are really interested about longevity. And when you read a little bit about investment and money and what's going on in the world, you see that the longevity field is going to be maybe the biggest market for investment. Because now more and more people are aware that we can not only treat disease, but we can prevent them. Because if you see, like 100 years ago, diabetes, obesity, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, cardiovascular problem, they were not there. Why? Because this is not a genetic problem. It's an environmental problem.
The lifestyle.
Yeah, exactly. The lifestyle, the way we live, and the world in which we are living now.
That's pretty interesting, because there's so many things that impact our life, and that's what we're gonna figure out today. Is how to be at your best, how to biohack yourself for peak performance, and how to just, the most important thing is your health, right? There's nothing more important. Because if you don't have your fundamentals right, your health on point, then like everything else you do becomes of less quality. Your quality of life goes down.
Exactly.
And you're just not as fulfilled.
Yeah,
So that's what we're going to cover today in episode number 4 of the Rich Inside podcast. I am your host, Adi, and I'm proud to have Dr. Guénolé.
It's my name is Guénolé. So Guénolé is my first name, and my name is Ador, but you can call me Guénolé. It's perfect.
Okay, perfect. So let's delve into it. I think a lot of people are interested on how to biohack themselves for peak performance, right? Because we all want to achieve more. We all want to feel our best, and we want to just do it with ease and flow, right? So no resistance, no stress, no unbalance in the body. So what do you think are the best practices and why?
I will start to say that that now I am developing a method because I realize that the problem is that if you don't know, you don't know how to do. And I think, and doctor in Latin, the name doctor, it means teacher. And I mean, we have to educate the people how to live when they are young, because if you learn how to live when you're young, potentially you don't develop the disease you will have when you are 60. And when suddenly at 60 your doctor said to you have diabetes or you have hypertension, you develop this till you're born. I mean, it's just an ongoing process that is developing in your body, and you can really prevent this. And that's in English there is this really good words to say that it's health span versus lifespan. And I think the for me the most important thing it's really the health span versus the lifespan is how you live, the quality of your life, how you say. You want to be vibrant, you want to have energy, you want to be able to live your dream, you want to make sports, to beat your friends at the tennis match, you want to have a good relation with your partnership. So I mean sexual life, it's important. And a lot of people, when you ask them how it is, they often then complain about this because you lost your capacity with age. So
it starts with awareness, being aware of what's wrong and being aware also of what's right.
Yeah, exactly.
So what is the wrong and what is, we start first here, and then what is the right?
It's a huge question.
Yeah.
A lot of insight.
Because a lot of people don't know that they're doing something wrong. They just feel shit all the time. They feel down, low energy, low motivation, negative vibe. Why?
I think the first one, it's nutrition. It's a huge one, because now in the world there is so many processed food, packaged food, pesticide inside, not the right time to eat, eating too much, eating every time, not respecting some times between the last meal and your sleep. You can biohack your nutrition. I mean, you can do intermittent fasting a little bit. You can exercise before eating. You can eat moderate to low carbohydrate diet, no refined carbs. Be really aware about the toxicity of vegetable oils. So that's like canola, soybean oils, sunflower oils. All these oils are really toxic. And if you see, it's from about 1960. They are outside in the market. These oils are really toxic for the body. It's omega-6. It's really it's then oxidized. It makes a lot of inflammation, and a lot of people are messed up about the energy just because of that.
Wow! Just using different oils could change everything.
Yeah, it's totally in 1960 there was a study from a guy. The name is Ansel Keys. He made a 7 study, but in fact it was 21 country. But he kept only 7 to show the world that fat was the devil.
What?
And from there they reduce in every food the saturated fat to replace them with vegetable oil and sugar. And you see really people starting to stop saturated fat like butter, grass-fed meat, the fat you have in the meat, and they start to eat more and more sugar and vegetable and trans fat oil, and obesity is going down, is exploding. So that's just being aware of what to eat and what not to eat. And basically, if I have to give some advice for people, is like eat real food, legumes, vegetables, fruits, meat, yes, but organic one, grass-fed, grass-finished, from a place where it is, good eggs from pasture eggs, to stop really all the processed food. When you go to the supermarket, the best to buy is the one where there is no label. When there is a labels, it's processed first things, and when you see there is more five ingredients in a food, you don't have to buy it. For example, you buy an apple, it's an apple. There is no label. You buy apple juice. In apple juice, you can have citric acid, you can have a lot of conservative, a lot of other things than the apple, and you on yourself you say, oh, that's great, that's apple juice, that's good for me. Because you don't know.
Because
it's not your fault. It's just because of awareness.
Awareness, and the fact that I like the actionable tip you gave, which is basically that check the ingredients. If it has less than 5, then probably it's a good product. If it has more and it's you barely can read because there's so many things on the label, then it's probably not good for you.
In the room of nutrition, we speak a lot about calories.
Yeah.
But in fact, it's not about calories, the problem. It's about the ingredient there is in the food. Because if you eat real food, you have minerals, you have vitamins, you have macronutrients, so proteins, carbohydrate, fats, which are great for you. And you don't have all the colorants, the pesticides who are messing up your cells. I take the image of the example of a car. You take a Ferrari. If the motor is broken, you can put it the best fuel you have, it's not going to function. And what is the motor of your body? In fact, it's the motor you have in the cells, the mitochondria, and you have to make functioning this. So that means you need cofactor like vitamin B from complex B. You need a mineral, magnesium, potassium, sodium to make this functioning. When you eat real food, it's like empty calorie, and there is no nutrition inside. So your body is like, okay, you give me food, but I'm not satiated because I don't have to produce energy. And your brain is not feeling like what you eat, is feeling a molecule, the cryptocurrency of your cells. The energy is ATP. ATP is what produces energy. So when you are low in energy, the reflex is to say, I need to eat more. In fact, you don't need to eat more. You need to eat better.
You need to eat better.
Yeah.
And for you, what's like a day in the life? What's like a breakfast, lunch, or dinner, or there's no breakfast? For example, me, I decided to stop eating breakfast because I like fasting until 12, 1, because I feel like I do my morning routine in the morning, the workout, the meditation, the workout, the yoga, and I feel at my best.
Yeah, exactly.
And I work and I'm focused. But a lot of people start their day, boom, cereals, sugar.
Yeah. No,
what do you recommend?
Totally. I think it's what you are doing. It's great if it's functioning for you. The basic things, I would say. It's not fasting. It's not for everybody. Some people, in fact, even the people who are the sickest, need to eat more small portion to resensitize their metabolism. But I would say, in general, 10 to 12 hour fasting, it's really great. You should not eat 2 hours before sleeping, and you should not eat in the first hours after wake up, because you have this cortisol, the hormone of stress is going a little bit high, and if you eat on top of this, then you have a hormone disbalance, so it's not good to eat in the first hours. And then I would say, for me, 2 meals is enough. I'm quite at the beginning when I start about biohacking and so on. I was like ketogenic diet, intermittent fasting for 16 hours every day. Chronometers, and now I'm more flexible because I realize that based on what I'm doing on the day, if I'm physically active, I need more carb, and carb is not like high sugar corn syrup in the.
What
in
are
the
good
cereals.
carbs?
Good carbs. Fruits,
organic fruit?
Organic fruits,
Okay.
of course, it's really great because you have minerals, you have fibers, you have potassium, and it's a great source. You need, in fact, ketogenic diet is a good tools to for treating like epilepsy or treating like specific disease, but in long term it's not good. Because then you develop like hypothyroidism, so your metabolism going down. You develop loss of libido. So testosterone is going down. And in fact, even if you don't eat carb, your body are going to produce it from proteins, from other source.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because in your blood, you do always have sugar, because without sugar, you die. So I think it's a misconception to say there was a lot of diets, this paleo diet, the keto diet coming up in the USA. Always the people are going better. Why? Because they cut the refined carb, like flours, like the bagels, the French fries, which are really bad. Okay, stop them, and you eat sugar from fruit, from squash, from sweet potatoes, from white rice, from fermented flours like sourdough breads, like good oats, but already fermented, and no problem.
Then it becomes good for you.
Yeah.
Because it's...
Yeah, I like the concept, that's the concept of high energy food.
High energy
food. So you eat to be energetic, to move. Because a lot of this diet, that's the great problem, that you eat nothing, so your metabolism go down, you don't have energy to do nothing, so you're just like sitting with a your basal metabolic rate going down, and you lose muscle, and then you start to eat more afterward, and you're just taking a lot of weight because your metabolism was low. I think it's good to eat to move.
Eat to move.
Yeah.
I like this slogan because it's important.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people they eat unconsciously. So they don't assess, okay, is that type of food giving me energy, or is it sucking energy out of me and leaving me feeling empty?
Exactly. You have to feel satiated with what you eat and to feel energized all the day, and not to have a craving, to have crashing, to have this coma, postprandial coma you have in the afternoon, and people,
where you
eat,
lose energy and
exactly, and you want to nap, and you take a coffee, and then you feel hunger after 2 hours of the meal, so you eat chocolate, and that's a totally disaster. You have to be able to feel satiated for many hours, and to have the constant energy to move, to learn, to think. And in fact, what gives you energy, it's paradoxical, but it's to move. Because when you move, you drain your lymph, you make your body producing energy. You structure the water inside of those cells, and it's like you have in the mitochondria, so this factory producing energy.
Yeah.
You have like a small rotor turning to produce this ATP molecule, and this rotor needs like structured water to functioning good. So what's a good way to structuring the water? Going in the sun, moving, infrared sauna, fasting, cold bath, and all these tools are quite free.
Yeah,
you see,
it's cool because a lot of people think, oh shit, if I want to improve my health, it needs to be expensive. I'm going to buy expensive food, expensive equipment, but it's not.
No, I would say, if you take a pyramid, maybe 80% of maybe more, 85% of what you are, it's just based on what you make. And I have 5 principles, which is for me essential to be healthy, to be vibrant, to be good with yourself, with the the other people, and so on. It's the nutrition, it's exercise, it's sleep, really important part of your health. It's stress, and in stress I integrate chronic stress, which is really bad for you. We can discuss about this, and acute stress, which are good for you, like exercise, sauna, and so on. And the
Cold bath.
Exactly, the term we could discuss afterward if you want. It's hormetic stress, and the other one, it's mental health. And inside I incorporate like so your cognitive function,
Yeah.
and your connection, your social connection, really important in longevity, and your spirituality, a kind of form of spirituality, and in fact what make ourselves living is love, and that's the
That's
most
the root of everything.
the root of everything. And if you are healthy, you are more prompt to be in love with you, with the other one. And I think I see for me, health is not selfish, it's not egoist, it's not just about you, it's about the other one. You care for someone, if you have a family, you have to be healthy to take care of your child, and to stay longer for them. And in fact, even, I have a mother, and now she's on the way to be 70. She's in really good health, and that's good for us, because we are three child. We don't have too much to care about about her. Sorry, her mental brain is really good. She's active, and she's when we are with her, it's just pleasure to exchange about something, and and that's just because if I think about what she was doing, exercise, not eating too much, always learning new things, because she was medical doctor too, so she has a lot of work, trying to mitigate the stress, going in nature, being with the family, not drinking too much, not smoking.
Yeah.
That's really simple tools. And now because I'm this longevity fields, I give her pills like supplements, omega-3, vitamin D. So I take care about the micronutrition side of what she can do. And I think it's where the longevity treatment can come, is like to take specific molecule you don't have in the food, focus on aging of the cells. The most important part of what she is doing is the lifestyle.
The lifestyle. So it's like a pyramid, if you want to visualize it. And 80% of it, as you said, is out of your lifestyle. Things you can control.
Exactly.
And usually they're not that expensive, right? It's
no.
the basics, your nutrition, your sleep, your exercise, your mental health, as you said, your relationships. It's all things that are free and that you can work on. So I watch videos of Brian Johnson, and I see how fanatic he is about his health, which is it's a bit too extreme, but it shows you that there is room for improvement for yourself.
Yeah.
But you don't need the expensive equipment. You don't need the 100,000 pills he has in front of his bed or his toilet to feel at your best. You can just focus on the 80% that is in your control, and that is free. So you don't have to pay to feel at your best.
No, I don't think so. And I think it's what he's doing. I find it amazing.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
just proving to the entire world what you can do, what there is this room to improvement for age reversal of all your organs.
Yeah.
Because they really target every organ side by side to say, okay, we have to improve your heart, improve your brain, improve your lungs. So he's doing specific tools for every organs. But for example, for the lungs, you can learn how to breathe. You can maintain you can make apnea for 2 minutes every day, or you can learn to how to improve the strength of your diaphragm. I have it's not free, but I have a small device at home, which is connected to an app. You can just make exercise to improve the strength of your diaphragm and your muscles.
And how does that help your health?
It's helped to learn how to breathe. And the fact is when you lose your strength of your muscles, then you're not able to do as good as if you are young. So really the goal in every intervention is this domain. It's to maintain the function you had when you are, for example, 20.
Yeah. So
What I could suggest to do for everybody, which is great, is like to make a baseline of your labs when you are 20, to make a baseline of your strength, the grip strength, your lung capacity, and to have this value as a reference to say, okay, that's not because I'm 40, that's my chronological age, but what is my biological age? And your biological age can be different as your chronological age, and that's for every organ. Now we speak a lot about biological age, but it's measured on blood biomarkers. It's measured. You can measure it on the epigenetic methylation of the DNA.
Yeah.
You can measure it but in fact, in every organ you can make a biological age. For example, you can make your lung capacity when you are 40 and to compare them for a 20 years boy.
That's crazy because I saw, we were talking about this before the podcast. I saw about, Dana White, the UFC, the owner of UFC. He was told he was only going to have 10 years to live because he was such a poor lifestyle, diet, sleep, because he was so stressed with building this company. And it really interested me, and that's also what built this intrigue to talk to you, is how did Gary Brecka come in and add 30 years to his lifespan and brought back his biological age by 20, 30 years? That's crazy. Like, you bought yourself more time on Earth. How is that?
Yeah, I think we have to be a little bit careful with this test, because it's just you cannot take 1 point value of biological age test in your blood and say, okay, now I am 20.
Yeah.
It's not totally right, but I think it gives you a good picture of what the body is capable to do. That's meaning that, and I think it's a great it's a positive message now to say to everybody is it's never too late.
Yeah.
Even if you are 60, you are diabetes, you are overweight. If you start a good program at this age, you will be able, maybe not to reverse as much as if you were really healthy, but there is a really good improvement just to, in fact, improving your healthcare.
So there's always room for improvement, no matter where you are.
Yeah. I think when you are really diabetes at the end stage, I think it's quite difficult to reverse it. But in fact, you can improve. And maybe, it's always like this. You have to think the pills is not going to improve my health span. And you if you have hypertension and you take a pills, it's going to improve your blood pressure, but not your brain fog, your loss of energy, your metabolism. And you have to consider, when you are overweight, the goal is not to lose weight. The goal is to improve your metabolism. And when you have a good metabolism, you will lose the weight automatically.
And how do you do that?
It will be the side effect.
Okay, so it's a lot of people have it wrong in terms of perspective.
Yeah.
So how do you fix the metabolism so that you have a long-term solution rather than a quick fix where a lot of people just go and cut the weight?
Exactly. For me, it's the concept of high energy flux. For someone who is obese, I will not starve him. I will just give him the good fuel, good energy, good food, protein, high in proteins to keep satiated and to keep the muscles. The goal is to keep the muscles. And the lot of this weight loss program is that, okay, you eat no calorie, but what we are doing to lose the most is your muscles. So you become a small version of yourself, but the same. And then when you come back to eat, you have lost the muscles, and it's really hard to take muscles.
To build
muscles.
Yeah.
And you build fat. So you become another version with the same weight, but the proportion of your tissue is different. And now you are more fatter and less muscular.
So that's why weight, if you go on a scale, weight is not really indicative of if you're healthy or not.
Exactly. I mean, for me, weight is just an indication of the trend. But you don't have to consider weight as a marker. You have to consider the composition of your body. And now you have these bioimpedance battery scales.
Yeah.
where it's measuring the speed of a wavelength in your body, and the speed depends of the tissue it's going across, like fat, like muscle, like
Yeah.
bones. And so the one you have at home are not really precise, but it's a trend. I mean, it's good. It's already good, and I think everybody should do like a DEXA scan, which is a really a measurement. It's a low dose X-ray scan,
Yeah.
where you really measuring the difference of your tissue, so
The
fat,
composition
the
of everything.
composition, and you can really show to people with this test they have, if they have or not visceral fat,
Yeah.
because this fat is the killer. You know, the subcutaneous fat you have here is not a problem, but
It's the fat
yeah,
here.
the liver, the fat you have in the liver, in the gut, around the heart, and that's a really bad fat, because it's generating inflammation.
Inflammation is the devil.
It's one of the devil, you know. There is now we call them the 12 hallmarks of aging. So that's quite stamps which show the lesion you can have with aging, is like genetic instability, telomere shortening, mitochondrial dysfunction. And in this one there is this notion of inflammation, and even the name is inflammaging. Inflammation make you age. And that's this chronic inflammation make you like this. And what makes chronic inflammation? Bad food, no exercise, no sleep.
Sleep is an issue that a lot of people face.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have the problem of not being able to sleep because the monkey mind is just
Yeah.
with thoughts and thoughts and thoughts, and they have bad habits.
Yeah.
Right? So what do you recommend as best practices to avoid bad sleep and to promote good sleep?
Yeah. First thing, I think, for me, what is really important, it's test and don't guess. So I think to have a sleep tracker is good. I have one. It's this ring. So
What is it called?
Aura ring.
Oura ring.
Yeah.
And it tracks your sleep.
Yeah,
Everything.
exactly. It's amazing. It's like a small labs on your finger, and it's easy to use it. It's give you trends, and it's make you learn how to sleep better, because you have these apps giving you insights. So now I know, but I'm going to give to your audience some practical tools. You will be astonishing to learn that the first thing I recommend for people is to start the sleeping night on the morning. So that means to see the sunlight on the morning when you wake up. It's really important, because you reset your circadian rhythms. Because inside your cell you have like a clock.
Yeah.
And your body really function like a clock. Your bacteria inside the gut function like a clock. Every cells in your organ, in your brain, in your heart, every cells have this clock that you have to respect them. So a good way to start is really to see the sunlight.
Yes.
If it's in winter, you don't have the access to sunlight. It's to be maybe in bright light, or to buy this light which are bright with white lamps. To go outside, to move a little bit the morning, it's important. In fact, for sleeping, I think physical activity is huge. It's a huge part of it. It's really important to move. And at night, give some advice. It's like not eating too late. In winter, it's difficult to eat just when there is sunlight. But maybe to stop 2 hours before bed, it's great, because when you sleep, it's like when you regenerate your body.
Yeah.
You make the cleanness of your body.
It's like a reset, reboot.
Exactly. And to start, the other things which is really important is to shut down the blue light in the light you have in the house. So to start to dim the light. I have myself like blue blocking glasses.
Yep.
It's with red glasses, so you can put them. I put them like when I come back home, and it's I'm preparing dinner or something.
At around 6.
Around 7, 8, I would say.
7, 8. And
Yeah.
you usually go to sleep at what time?
I go to sleep at 10.
Okay.
That's another point which is important, is to go. It's the earlier you go to sleep, the better, because that's really around midnight, 2 hours that you have the secretion of growth hormone. which is the kind of the rejuvenation hormone. You have the cleaning process of your body. You have the deep sleep part of the sleep,
Wow.
which is really important. It's in fact it's at the beginning of the night. So if you don't have this part, you don't really clean your body, your brain, and you starting to develop this inflammation process. You know, it's like to keep the garbage in your kitchen and not going to throw them away every 2 days, or you know, it's going to be a mess.
Yeah.
It's the same. The other one, which is really important, is to set up a good environment for sleeping, like your chamber, dark, so to have to really be in the dark as much as possible, to leave your mobile phone, all your tablet, everything outside the room, to put them in plane mode if you can. I do this, so I keep it upstairs. We sleep downstairs, and so that I don't have my phone. I don't have any light inside. No TV in the room. That's really bad. The room has to be like a temple where you sleep.
Just for sleep.
And for the other thing with your partner, that's
And there's also it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and the temperature is really important. So
Yeah.
to be around 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. So that means you to sleep with the window open, if you don't have too much noise inside. And if it's too noisy, you could put a hair plug.
Earbuds.
Earbuds, exactly. And in fact, how I set up my sleep room, I have a cooling mattress.
Yep.
Around my on my bed, which I set up at 13 degrees.
Not 16.
Because then with the temperature of your body, it's going to, and it's just making circling cold water inside the device.
Oof.
So it's amazing. On the top, I have a grounding mat.
Grounded mat.
Yeah. So the grounded mat is connected to the neutral on the wire.
Okay.
And it's like you connect yourself to the earth.
To the earth. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know if you heard already about this earthing part of the
the walking barefoot.
Exactly. Because why? Because you have this Schumann resonance of the electromagnetic field of the earth.
Yeah.
It's transmitted to yourself. And in fact, this electromagnetic part of the earth, it's giving you electrons. And it's making you electronegativity, so it's blunting the accumulation of this positive charge, making you inflamed and pain and in pain and so on.
So when you walk barefoot, it reinstalls kind of the balance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. It's really important to be connected to the earth. So it's what I do when it's in summer. I get out. So I get up.
Yeah.
I get out in the sun to take a tree in my arm, to be barefoot in the herbs. I make some so in the grass. I make some yoga movement like this, and then I take a cold shower. And you feel your body just wake up like the best way. I think it's really difficult in winter for everybody.
Cold shower.
No, the cold shower. I'm making it. And definitely, it's something you should not.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's huge. Even the most in winter, because in winter, in fact, what is really making yourself more resilient to this lack of sunlight, it's the cold.
It's the cold.
And if you see Nordic people, what they are doing, sauna, cold bath.
Yeah.
Because they are every time in the night, and by doing so, they are producing more energy in the cells.
I do realize that because I love cold baths, but I got sick because there's a pool outside in the place where I live, and it was cold and it was raining. So I jumped and I got out, and it's been 3 weeks that I talk like this and that I cough. But cold showers, you get out of it, you're rejuvenated.
Yeah, because it's secreting like hormone, motivation hormone, like dopamine or adrenaline. So it's wake up yourself, it's motivate yourself, and it's making on a metabolic side, it's improving your metabolic rate. So you make like a little bit of you burn fat with cold bath.
That's crazy.
And in fact, when you are not, you don't have already a cold, it's preventing from the cold. They make some study about this to show really that you improve your
immune system.
your immune system, your immune cells in the body. So
Because the parents usually, when the child wants to do ice exposure or ice baths or whatever, they're like, no, you're gonna get sick.
No, but that's misconception. You know, there is a lot of in the civilization or in the population, in the society, we have a lot of wrong message.
Yeah.
Just going from ancestral, you you don't have to go in the cold. You have to eat every 2 hours, or otherwise you will die because you lack of energy. You have to eat cereals in the morning.
Yeah.
The most important meal of the day is the breakfast.
These are huge misconceptions.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people, if they were to realize that this is wrong, could improve their life so much. Because breakfast, for example, starting your day with shitty carbs and waking up foggy
is the worst thing you can do, because really you make your insulin rising for all the day, so then it's just virtually impossible to burn your fat. You have a huge amount of in fact, the problem is not really the sugar, but when you eat refined flours, then there is proliferation of bad bacteria in the gut and in your colon. And these bacteria are producing what we call endotoxins. And when these endotoxins go in the circulation, they are making inflammation, they are messing the liver metabolism, and they make brain fog. That's toxin. And this brain fog comes from the toxin of the food.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know why these misconceptions were created, and if they were marketing stunts.
But why they were created? Because Kellogg's, the best way to sell cereals is to say, okay, the most important things to do in the morning is to eat cereals.
It's crazy how they brainwash so many people.
That's the industry, agroalimentary industry. In fact, the study we speak today together just before about this 7th study and cell keys and why we suddenly United States, they didn't eat any more fat and saturated fat. It's just because the industry claimed for this study, and they fund this study. So the results are all misinterpreted and they consider that then they could make sugar instead of fat, and these vegetable oils, because vegetable oil are so cheaper to do. Never in the evolution of humanity we had this oil. I mean,
it's crazy how much those big companies don't have your best interest in mind. They just want to make money, right? And they market a belief that might be wrong, like when Marlboro in the 60s, and they said that cigarettes are good for you or something along these lines.
I heard the other day that when there was this propaganda about tobacco, that 9 out of 10 medical doctors were smoking Camels in the USA, and they were funded by the brand, to advise the patients to smoke.
So here you have to realize that literally those big brands don't really care about your best interest. Right? They just want to make money. So you have to realize, okay, what's in my best interest? And it's not to eat this, but to eat more what you said. The organic fruits that will give you high energy. The good carbs that will also give you high energy.
Exactly.
And the good meats that are organic, that you know where they're coming from, and all the rest.
Everything in moderation. I would say that there is a lot of now studies in mice and even in human showing that calorie restriction is good for your health and your lifespan. But I would say it's more like normal calories, because when you compare all these studies, it's compared to the standard American diet, which is a crappy one, and with like 6,000 calories per day. It's insane. It's amazing when you go to McDonald's, the quantity of calorie without nutrient you have in a meal. It's I think everybody show Super Size Me or this film about this food industry, and in fact it's a business market, the food industry and the pharma. Because
what about the pharma? Because I know a lot of people that kind of work in it. There are good things, but I want to cover everything. Like, what about it is?
That's the same problem. I would say it's a good business. You're just masking the symptoms with the medicament, but you don't really treat the patient, so they stay sick for all their life. It's a good business model.
So they come back.
Yeah, and even it's like for the cholesterol and the statins, what they are doing now, it's everybody is under statin about almost. The cholesterol target is this level. So how you sell more statin? You reduce the level.
It's insane.
Yeah.
How the food industry and the pharma industry, they just don't have your best interest in mind. They don't make money if you heal, and they don't make money if you
No,
are healthy.
and you see, for example, the American Heart Association, the biggest sponsorship for them is McDonald's, Nestle, and all the like the food pyramids.
Yeah.
What is in the base? Cereals. 6 times a day, cereals. A portion of flowers. It's
It's funny. It's cool that we've covered the body and how to optimize your body for peak efficiency through biohacking. I want to cover the other aspects of what makes us humans. So we talked about body. There's mind and spirit. So what do you think for the mind can we do in terms of biohacking to have the best brain health?
I think one more time, good nutrition, because it's fueling your brain, your good fats like omega-3, the one you have in the fish, olive oil, and so on. It's making your brain is almost fat. Huh? It's almost only fat. Your brain is just the biggest organ, which is the fattest organ of your body.
Yeah.
The more good fat you eat, the more capacity you have in your brain, and so you need good nutrients, you need vitamins,
like
you need,
avocados,
minerals,
like salmon.
Yeah. Salmon, like all the fatty fish, I have this acronym, the SMASH, the sardines, the mackerel, the anchovy, the salmon, and the herring.
SMASH, I love that. I love that. It makes you remember it.
The SMASH diet.
Talking about fats, I was at a restaurant. I just finished work and I wanted to eat something healthy, right? So I sat down, ordered a salmon salad. And I was so happy with myself. I'm eating something healthy, that's good. Then I get a call from a friend who's also kind of a guru for me. And he tells me, what are you eating? And I said, salmon salad, and I was proud. He said, the salmon is farm-fed, right? It means there's parasites inside of it. Because I was sick. I was coughing in the call, and I was eating that. So a lot of people don't know these small differences between.
Yeah, that's the problem. The devil is in the detail. The
devil is in the detail.
Yeah, really, that's the problem for people. I understand totally. It's really difficult. Yeah. You're right. Farm salmon. It's from it's feeding with flowers.
Yeah.
So instead of good omega-3, so DHA, EPA inside the salmon, you have omega-6.
The bad omega.
Yeah. And you have the mercury, you have the heavy metals, you have the parasite, because in fact they are so much inside the same place.
Yeah.
That they have to give them antibiotic, or otherwise they become sick.
Oof.
So they develop resistance to them. They develop parasite.
So you're eating the bad kind of salmon.
Yeah, exactly. I only eat sardines.
Okay.
Almost. Why? Because first I'm from Bretagne, so I know where to buy them, and I think it's really good fish because it's really a small one.
Yeah.
So the smaller one, the less heavy metal you have in them.
Okay.
That's the point. To come back to your mental health questions, I think so. Already food, exercise, because when you move, you are secreting in your brain a molecule which the name is BDNF. Brain-derived neurotrophic factor, making your brain functioning better. So I think the best things to do, for example, student or high performer or CEO, people who have to work with their brain, is to move. You go for a run, then you have this we call this the high of the run. You come back, you just at your desk, you concentrate, you are creative, you have idea, you have so on. To biohack this, you can take nootropics. Nootropics is like the name.
No.
Okay, nootropic is like substances making your brain functioning faster, better, longer. It's not a stimulant, but you have some brands we can share. I take one. The name is Qualia Mind.
Yeah.
It's from the Nootropic Expert, the brand.
Okay.
It's really great. It's a blend of herbs, and really you feel just focus. And you have a specific one for concentration, for focus, for creativity.
It's crazy when you said that. I remembered the movie Limitless.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And where he takes that pills and becomes this superhuman.
Yeah. It's a little bit like this, but not so.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much.
The goal would be to kind of maybe not have this crazy version of Limitless, but to have something close.
Yeah, there is.
Right, where you're able to be
there is
superhuman.
There are some peptide I test. C-Link, C-Max, Diaxa. That's peptide who make you really so sharp and focused for all the day. There is the racetam too, the aniracetam, piracetam.
Yeah.
That's improving your level of motivation.
Yeah.
So you know, a lot of problem when we start to work. Sometimes it's like after 1-2 hours, like because you lack of this neurotransmitter, you need like dopamine, acetylcholine, and so on. And the concept of the neurotrop is just to give the fuel to produce this neurotrop in your brain. So that's the building block. You know, you give some choline donor, some dopamine precursor, so there is a room to improvement. What I do now, and what there is more and more in the research field for this is like photobiomodulation, so red and near infrared for your brain. I have a specific cask, and the near infrared is going across the bones. Coming to stimulate the brain cells to produce energy.
And that leaves you feeling more energetic?
You don't really feel it, but it's the same concept of the light you have in the sun. You know, you have the most important frequency you have at the beginning of the day and the end of the day. It's the red part of the sun and the near infrared part of the sun. That's two wavelengths, 6 cc and 840 nanometers. And these wavelengths, they come to stimulate small molecules in the mitochondria. So this factory,
energy factory,
exactly, energy factory of the cells. It's one of the function because there is a lot of other one, but it's coming to stimulate the molecule which the name is cytochrome C oxidase. And it's just making the shuttle of electrons, so to produce energy more rapid.
Okay, so energy flows.
Exactly.
Okay.
So you don't really feel it, but in fact you produce more energy. So everything in the cell is going to be more smoother, you know, more flexible. And they make some research to show that you can improve the Alzheimer, dementia with this.
It's crazy we covered all of this, nutrition and the power of exercise. What about breath work? Breath.
Yeah, amazing.
It has huge benefits.
Yeah. I do that a lot of so the pranayama and the Wim Hof style breathing. It's Wim Hof. It's really impressive. Like this deep breath respiration, and then maintain your respiration. In fact, you know, to stimulate your stem cells, to stop breathing for 2 minutes. It's huge because you stimulate them to come outside of your bone marrow, of your tissue, to regenerate your body.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm sure if you are good in these deep breathing techniques, you feel so alert afterward.
Wow, it's insane.
Yeah, because you secrete some adrenaline. They even show that you secrete like dimethyltryptamine, you know, DMT. That you have,
DMT. My breath work, it's pretty crazy. I've been doing the breath work for a year. Didn't miss a day for a year. 365 days. It's called DMT breathwork. And it releases DMT naturally, which is the hormone.
Yeah, it's an hormone secreted by the pineal gland.
The pineal gland, and it's secreted before you die and when you're born and before you die. Is that true or no?
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
When you are huge amount of stress.
And what is DMT? What does it do for you?
In fact, DMT is a little bit like ecstasy, you know. It's a little bit
ecstasy,
like, a little bit like a stimulant and a psychedelic drug.
Yeah.
And really, you feel. I mean, like you're my routine on the morning.
Yeah.
And that's a huge point we speak about now. Just to say to people how important it is to have routines
Yeah.
for your health, because otherwise you have this fatigue decision effect
Yep.
that comes that you don't really want.
It needs to be automatic.
Yeah,
Boom.
it needs to be automatic for a lot of things, and then you have room to improvement for everything, or just to have social relationship with people, or to have in your work. You don't plan everything, but I think the routine of the morning and the routine of the evening are really important,
Yeah.
because you can already do so much in 20 minutes in the morning versus nothing. And now we're speaking about these breathwork techniques. I'm doing the Wim Hof one morning, every one morning, in front of a red light panel to do this photobiomodulation I explained to you. And yeah, I feel, just high clothes, and you totally concentrate on what you are doing. And that's another one which is important for the brain, because when you focus, you don't have this monkey mind.
Yeah.
So you develop this some parts of your brain to be able to do not multitasking but one tasking, and to be concentrating on one thing, and to be deep inside of yourself.
Yeah.
I think a lot of problem now is that people are not really aware of their body.
Yep.
And connected to themselves, and in fact connected to other. What we are doing now, it's like a journey together, and we're connected to one each other, and it's really important in life to be able to be connected, to have this human connection. And I think the technology with everything, it's quite, you lose the
focus,
the real connection. And so, and in brain techniques, they have a impressive technique to treat cancer, to help to treat autoimmune disease.
Yeah.
Because you make a shift in the pH, so you have an alkalinity in the pH in the body, so you improve this. No, definitely, it's and it's free, like you said.
It's free.
It's free. It's easy. It's important, because a lot of people, they don't anymore learn how to breathe. Normally, we have to breathe, with the
diaphragm.
Yeah, exactly. Your diaphragm and your
You can say it in French. It's fine.
ventre.
Yeah, the belly.
The belly. Sorry, the belly, and not only shadow and just in the thorax, because otherwise you don't really ventilate the base of your lungs.
Yeah.
And that's really important, because otherwise your exchange of air, it's not perfect, and then you have a low oxygen in the blood.
And oxygen is everything.
Yeah, I mean, oxygen is what makes you able to produce energy.
Yeah.
It's life.
Yeah.
Too much is not good, but
Yeah.
not enough is not good too.
And doing the breath work, which I can link in the description, they can see it, which is huge, by the way. This is one of the best breath works, because I used to do before long meditation. So I sit 40, 50, 60 minutes and just focus on the breath. But I realized that doesn't work as well for me as doing the breath work, where it's fast and Wim Hof, and you hold your breath and you create everything you said.
Yeah.
So we talked about body. We talked about brain. Now, what about your soul? So, what are some things? And I know me and Pat have talked about your wife and how she's into the soul and how important it is. How spirituality is so important for your overall health. And there's a lot of techniques also that you can use to heal, to feel at your best, to connect with something bigger than yourself. And what do you think about that?
Me, I start as a scientist, to be really everything is precise, it's backed up by science. And, but more and more I discovered that in the biohacking, what I was lacking is like my soul, my connection to spirituality, to love, to people, to take care of the energy. For example, now I have this
what is this? I was curious.
Yeah, it's a quantum energy EMF blocker. Like
quantum energy EMF blocker.
Yeah.
By the way, for the people listening only,
yeah.
He has a necklace and a golden tube.
Yeah,
Or-
inside there is capsule, and in fact it's just realign your energy and it's protecting yourself from the vibration of the bad vibration of the electromagnetic field of the Wi-Fi, basically.
What?
Yeah. I could send you a link, and
I would love to.
it's quite difficult to explain, and all this quantum energy field, but it's going to. I mean, it's maybe even in 10 years, it's going to be the mainstream medicine. To be able to understand and to work with this quantum energy field, because light is quantum energy. And light is energy for us, and we think that it's not just what we can touch that it's important, but in fact now we are bombarded by bad EMF, by the wavelengths that mess up your energy system, your cells, how they function, the connection, and so on. And so to come back to spirituality, I think it's not important to be like to trust in one God or but to think there is something more than us, and just maybe love, or to be connected to your spirituality part. It's
powerful.
It's powerful, and even if you think about something really strong, then it's becomes true.
You can manifest it in real life.
Yeah, you manifest exactly.
That's
And really, I started to change about this, because now I'm becoming more an entrepreneur. I want to make my own business, and so sometimes I'm not sure, I don't know, but what you make in your meditation in the morning, for example, just to give insight or to give a specific intention of what you want to do, it's really important. You have to trust in yourself, to be grateful with yourself, to be grateful with the other one. To forgive, and it's a forgiveness. It's huge part to forgive yourself for what you have done to yourself and to the other one, and to forgive someone. It's so impressive.
It's so powerful.
Yeah.
When you say quantum energy, makes me think of Joe Dispenza and his books, like Becoming Supernatural, or You Are the Placebo, or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, which are all books I've read. And they have taught me that there's so much more than just this physical world.
Exactly.
And there's a limitless, infinite potential world beyond your imagination, where anything is possible.
Yeah, totally.
And you can access it only through disconnecting from the 5 senses.
Yeah, and letting go with your ego, and
that's powerful. I love what we've covered today. I think it's super valuable for someone watching, especially for young people, because having that awareness that we talked about in the beginning of what not to do and what's wrong, and of what to do and what's right, at a young age can help you prevent so many diseases, so many problems, so many inflammation.
I'm sure, I'm at the place where I am now at 43.
43? You don't look 43. You look 32. And I wanted to ask you at the start. It's insane.
It's just because what I've done from the beginning of my life. I mean, to have a good education, to have love, to have access to good nutrition, to have access to learn what I learned in school and in the university, then to make sports,
These are all things that
to make music, because music is a huge part of not only to play music, but to listen to good music. It's really important.
It helps.
Yeah.
I listen to Isha by Sadhguru. I love it.
Okay.
It raises my vibration.
And to keep on every day with positivity, to take the problem you have in your life with a little bit of backsideness, and to perspective, and really exercise. For me, it's
exercise is huge.
Yeah, a muscle medicines. No, really, when you work out, you activate thousands of genes. You cannot do this with any treatment, anything else,
It's, super powerful stuff. I think we're gonna end it there. Eventually I would love to dive deeper into the spirituality aspect of it. And I think that's really cool. But do you have anything else to say or that you want to add to wrap this up? Or anything you want to promote for yourself or that you're working on? Or
Yeah, on my side, so I'm making now my own brand, would be Dr. Ador Longevity. It's going to start in a few months.
Okay.
So I will expose my methods to the people and to help them with a private concierge medicine program.
Okay.
With specific testing, with specific device to buy. We speak a little bit of them, but there are plenty you could have at home to help yourself, and really to give. My strongest message is to say, okay, you are your own doctor.
Yep.
Your cells have the capability to heal your body if you give them the right things to do. And I think it's
you can give them the right things to do, the awareness, the expertise to be able to biohack yourself for peak performance and peak life quality.
Yeah, and I think. Another point to close this is just to say to people that they don't have to trust everything like blindly. Yeah. They have to be curious. They have to go to search the information.
Yeah,
that's the principle of research. Research what we speak about, and to have the willing power to make a better world. I think we have really to take care of the nature, of everything around us.
Yep.
Because we are now just destroying our planet, and we need our health, but we need the health of the planet to be healthy.
100%. So it's a combination. It's everything needs to be in harmony. For it to be in harmony, you need to be in harmony.
Yeah, exactly.
And to do that, you need to take care of mind, body, and spirit, right? By doing all the practices we talked about today, and having the critical mind to realize that maybe not everything is good for you, and that not everyone has the best interests in mind for yourself.
Exactly. Yeah.
And you should have your best interests in mind, right? Yeah. So it's important to have that.
And final word is for me, no, but because
it's for you, because I know you have a meeting after. So
no, but because it's important, I think it's to give back intuition in the game. I think
give back intuition,
your own intuition.
Oh, your own intuition. Yeah.
You know, I'm making something. Well, I feel good. Just to make relationship between what you are doing and what you feel. And maybe it's not the right diet for you, because to be honest, there is no one right diet for everybody.
It's specific
and
for
it's
everyone.
This concept of personalized medicines.
Yep.
And personalized medicine is only working if yourself, you have the intuition to say, okay, I'm eating this food. This guy is eating this. He's starving. He's striving. It's so good with this, but I'm not good with this. So maybe it's good, but not for me.
I like that.
You see?
I like that because there's no one solution.
One size fits all.
There's no one size fits all.
There is big, broad concept which work for everybody.
Yep.
I'm quite sure, you know.
But then you need to go in the branches.
Yeah.
And with your own intuition, realize,
exactly.
Okay, that works for me, that doesn't, that works. And just focus on the things that work.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect. That's it. And it's a wrap for episode number 4 of the Rich Inside podcast, where we aim to always fuse spirituality and mindset for you to be at your best self. I am proud and honored, and I had the pleasure to share time, wisdom, and insights with Dr. Guénolé. And I think that you should check him out. Check out all his socials, which we're going to link in the description, which you can go to then in the future see everything he's going to launch, all the methods he uses for peak health through biohacking. And I think that's it. If you liked it, comment below. If you want me to get other guests that you find interesting and that fit within the podcast, let me know also. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you to you.